Okay, hello all, my name's Fenrix. I'm a developer for a Half-Life 2 mod called Scramble Mod. I work primarily in Autodesk Maya, and today I was working on a model for a map which I'm working on, and I had a problem with the collision compiling. It was just spitting out errors saying that I had geometry which was just too small and it was below 0.5 inches in size. Now that particular error can be caused by a bunch of different problems, like say you've messed up your physics box, or you've messed up any number of things with it. But there's one obscure problem that can really throw you through a loop, which is the one that I had to figure out just before. And I couldn't find any documentation on it anywhere, so hopefully this will help someone in the same position as me. So first off, I'll just show you the model. So this is like the map in what you would see in a shopping center, and this is my physics box, and basically it's just a cube. I've got the normal angle set to 180, which is described somewhere on the net. For some reason it has to be done, otherwise it'll just not work as well. And I've got it set on 0 as being its origin point, so that the map will actually use that for rotation and make sure that it's sitting on that. You don't have to actually rig stuff to a bone like some tutorials say, because the game will actually put it in when you compile it if it can't find one, and it'll put it at 0, 0 space, which is where the cross is in the middle of the grid. Okay, so you've had this problem and you have done all of that and you can't figure out why it is breaking. So firstly I will show you my measurement tool. So the measurement tool, you can use that to actually measure what's called a Maya working unit, which is basically, it's an arbitrary measurement which Maya uses to calculate distances without messing around with things like kilometers, miles, meters, that kind of stuff. The Maya working unit is also actually exactly the same unit as in the source engine. So once you understand that, it's the key thing to understanding why this bug is happening. So this particular model is roughly 60 something units high at the moment, and it's something like, if you look down the grid you'll see it's about 6 units wide. Each one of these grids, they're set up to be 1 unit of game distance in size, just like in Hammer, which I'll now attempt to switch over to. There we go. So as you can see, it's in the map, it's sitting there, it seems to be kind of working, and as you see, this is 6 units wide and 70 something units in height or something. Wait, I have something weird selected. There we go. So as you can see, it's sitting there in game. It's got no texture on it because I haven't compiled that out yet. But anyway, so back to Maya. I have many programs open. So basically this is the same as your world grid in Hammer. So in order to set that up and make sure that everything's working, and make sure that you're using working units instead of getting confused by distances and stuff, you need to go up to display, grid, this little options thing here. You need to make sure that you set it up like this. So you make sure that your length and width, that's just the actual area of your grid. You can change to whatever size depending on what size of object you're working on. Make sure that your grid lines are every 1 unit. Now this means game units, so each one of these grids is 1 unit, like their minimum unit of size in Hammer. And you set subdivisions to 1 to make sure you don't have this massive black grid or whatever going on. Click apply, close, and then you'll see how big the game units for your model actually are. I will be betting that most likely if you're having this compile error, your grid will be doing something really weird, and I'll just show you an example of what it can be doing. suddenly you might be seeing something like this, which basically means that you've made a really tiny model, and you might not have even realized it. As you can see, just by changing the measurement that Maya was thinking about using for the working unit, it's now 0.6 units high, which is very close to the minimum size, so the width is way under what it is allowed to be. And if we go back to preferences, I run it in centimeters because you're less likely to mess around with camera problems at those sizes. So I've actually got centimeters set up as my working unit. So as you can see, the distance of working units has changed, and everything works perfectly when you compile it out. It doesn't spit out errors or anything. Whereas before, my working unit was too big and it was just crashing out whenever I tried to compile stuff. So I hope this has helped some of you guys working in Maya, which isn't particularly well documented for Half-Life Source Engine, but it's probably one of the better modeling programs around. So I hope you people have enjoyed this. If anyone else has any questions or problems that they would like solved, or if they need clarification of what I've tried to explain here, give me a yell in the comments and I will see about helping you with whatever problem you have, and possibly getting out another couple of videos. So thank you for watching.